Hello everybody, my name is Mathis and welcome back to Danganronpa. It's time for the class trial. And I don't know if the whole class trial is going to be in this video. I know the class trial is going to be at least probably 2 to 3 hours. So I might do half and half. I just don't know. So we're just going to jump into the class trial. Here we go. Hey everybody. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there... Whoa!
Monokuma appears!
2 of them? Hello! Hello! He's multiplied?
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Great, can't wait. Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy.
You're not playing along. Along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay. Hey!
Then, if everyone's here, ready to go, please board the pain train, elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please.
Hold on, man, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or the note? Well, no, but how unfortunate. Then it would seem, I'm sorry. How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our own couplet. I gave her a weird French accent, I think. Ugh.
Hey.
This isn't the time or place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first, then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone that's still alive, and for the 2 that lost their lives. Yep. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed 2 of our friends. The killer is one of them. Someone right here. Well, let's see what he has to say. It wasn't me, you gotta believe me. They're just gonna be like, let's go. Why are you listening? Were you listening? Time to get to the courtroom. All right, let's go. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. Down we go. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. Yep. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator door slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute!
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me, of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate. A deadly class trial. Do you want to save? Oh, hell yes I do. Of course I do. All right, we have to prep. Let's set our skills. Tranquility. Completely steadies your aim. Effective during the non-stop debate and hang time. We'll go and equip that. Do we have anything else? We already have those equipped. So I guess that's all we learned. All right, that's fine. These we all unlock by talking to people and getting close with them, by the way. Truth bullets. We know we've got all of these. I think we've got everything we need to know. I don't think we can really do anything with these. We can just kind of look at them. Finish preps. Let's go. Time to go.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive
If you
punishment.
pick the wrong one,
I'll
everybody
punish
dies, but the
everyone
one who gets away. Got it.
now then.
We already know who did it.
You're so eager. You're so suspicious because you're so eager.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprint for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
But weren't they at the pool with somebody wearing the suit and the parts to build the suit were also in his room? I don't think he did it.
I have to tell you. I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer? Or... Before anything else, we have to make that clear. All right, let's go. I don't think he did it, but we'll find out. Make your argument. Yashihiro's message. I don't remember this.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints.
Wait,
No, that's wrong.
I don't remember how to do this.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared.
Right, and then the writing on the blueprints is
The
different.
handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
I mean, yes, that's true.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
I ain't sure.
The differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think I'm trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
What? Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Shit. And of course he passed it off to me.
So? Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
And the one that must have been in the suit, Hira, Hina, or the Illuminati. Well, I'm gonna go with it, Tina. Why me? That costume was super big on me. No way I could walk around in that thing. You saw me try it on for yourself, Makoto.
Shoot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, alright. The suspicious individual, and then the... I mean, it can't be Hiro. I mean, sure, maybe it was Hiro. Yeah, because maybe he was unconscious or sleeping or something. Is that what I guess maybe it was.
Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second
I thought
suit.
we did find a second suit, though.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
Okay.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
I agree with that.
What?
Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
Girl, you are too edgy.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Yeah, of course. The things that are moved to move Taka's body, they must have been the blue tarp.
I got it.
We know that. There's still one more thing, and the little rolly thing. Which we have the repository dolly.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with that
So,
attitude?
let's see if I can explain.
Yeah.
Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository.
Yes.
And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right?
Yes, you don't have to ask right.
It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it.
The
when
killer
he
is
moved Taka's
dead.
body.
The person is who killed him. Who killed Hifumi?
That way,
Because
they
Hifumi
wouldn't
killed
leave any
Taka.
bloodstains
I'm
while they were
convinced of
moving
that.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
it. Same thing.
Get his body on the dolly.
I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we...
Yeah.
But when the body disappeared,
So did the dolly.
so did the doll. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right?
Yes.
But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Mistaken.
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Rude.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand.
Maybe you
what
did
is
it, girl.
going
Maybe
on
you killed
around
Hifumi. I wouldn't be surprised. Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean, but maybe I can change your mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the... Well, because there's blood on the wheel, my dude. Bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Yes. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Oh god, I forgot about this minigame. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to handle them. Now it will cost you one bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. Got it. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the tab key in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the tab key now has a function along with the right mouse left. Oh god, you automatically reload at the start of fever time and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, it won't have to reload at all. Well, it's not. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well, then, good luck and have fun. Oh god, I can't remember how to do this. The moment of truth.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic.
Tempo up.
Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you.
She's hitting me.
You miserable wretch.
I don't understand.
I cannot agree. You are a fool.
Okay.
Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong.
Okay, tempo
I
down.
cannot agree.
But I can't do
You are a
anything.
fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you.
I don't understand.
You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool.
I kind of understood
Lies
it
will
for a
get you
second, but not
nowhere.
long.
Do your worst, you miserable wretch.
I'm gonna die because this is actually...
You miserable wretch. You have it wrong.
I got her. Oh my god, that was awful. I kind of understood it halfway through. Nobody believes me. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. The end of the debate. Well, then the class trial is adjourned. Now it's time to reveal the Blacken. Boo-hoo-hoo. Don't. Just get me back to there. Makoto. However, Makoto is not Blackened. Too bad. Looks like the real killer graduates. Congrats to all of them. On the other hand, everyone else must now be punished. Yes, I want to give it another shot.
I refuse to give up yet.
Thank you. Try again. Not at all. I know how. All right. I gotta, like, shoot down her insults the whole time. That's all I have to do. I forgot that that's how that works.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong.
Oh, I hate this.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic.
I can't actually get them, though.
Do your worst.
I missed.
Away with you. You miserable wretch.
The thing is, I can't lock on and kill them all at the same time.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst.
I literally can't do anything else. Like,
You miserable wretch. You have it wrong.
I can't lock on.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere.
Got her. Okay.
I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Thank God, because that was awful.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right
I
here.
forgot how bad that minigame is.
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Yeah, oh God. Jeez, does Les really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, that was annoying.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Oh, Lord. Make your argument. Robo Justice costume. Okay.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Okay.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
But you can't be bent over because of the
Then you could
costume.
push the dolly, no problem. So the killer just
Okay, I missed
crouched
it.
down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in
Yeah,
the
you can't
suit
bend over
couldn't
in the costume.
possibly be the culprit.
Go back to that.
Sorry, I don't think I realized anything.
Is Yoshihiro done by Matt Mercer? Alright.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Yeah.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a
Yes,
handle.
yes, yes.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Goodbye.
That's wrong.
Break!
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're
There
in
you go.
that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
At least in that short amount of time.
It'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance that the costume was taken off just to move the body because you can't take it off by yourself.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that they can't take off by yourself? Then make the stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. Looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation.
Somebody
for everyone
framed
to
him.
suspect it.
No shit.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, would you
God,
please?
she really wants it to be
Have you
Hero.
forgotten about the picture that I took?
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you there, man.
You all got a good look at it, did you not?
I'm thinking he
The
was
image
unconscious
of
during that.
Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that?
Nobody's in it?
Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now. He knew about Robo Justice, just saying.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
The two of you are too. God, you're too close. You both want him to be the bad
Hold on
guy.
a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I mean,
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto,
Hina, Kyoko, and myself.
We waited there for quite a while.
But nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone else.
That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
what if Hifumi actually attacked Celeste? Robo Justice saved her. Maybe. But why would he say it? And then Celeste killed Hifumi as an act of revenge, knowing that it would confuse things. Maybe.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving around the top of the stairs. Yeah, you could be lying.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
You could be lying. Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. Saw him, yeah, as soon as I screamed, flying downstairs, I remember that.
and then
What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Ifumi.
at that point we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead.
Yup.
And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time.
Which is why I was saying that maybe necessarily they weren't both dead.
Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Fumi's body has disappeared, right?
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
Yeah, and then the body was gone.
But when we got there, we discovered next thing we knew, we were sent
Yep.
after.
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all, which is where we rediscovered.
Thank you for giving me the play-by-play.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
Mostly because you guys still haven't realized Hifumi killed Taka.
It
Just
certainly
saying.
seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events,
Separate
I think we
situation.
have to consider each murder, and from there, we can uncover the contradiction.
Thank
Now
you.
then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradiction is hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them no matter what. Okay, I can't remember how to do this one either, but here we go. Make my argument. Hifumi killed him. Monokuma File 3. I don't know what that one was.
So,
What is Monokuma File 3? The victims were Hifumi and Yamada. Cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. Okay. Regarding Taka's death.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi.
He did.
Or perhaps it was after?
No, he died before.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
I missed that.
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
I don't know, man. Were numbered, but they were really used in that order. No, because one was cleaned off, man.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Come on, roll through it again.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
Okay, sorry. Oh, I'm gonna die.
So, So, regarding Taka's death,
Let's go.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Ay, come on!
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
I gotta hit that thing, but I gotta get rid of the freaking
So it's
pink.
obvious Taka came after.
Yeah.
So, regarding Taka's
Come on.
death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Minus 5 seconds when I right click on that.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3.
I can't hit it!
While Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
Is there like influence gauge determines how much you have? Yeah, but what are the controls? Right mouse button for silencer, control key, fast forward argument. F1. Select truth bullets. Oh my god.
See?
Well, that's all I've got
So
actually.
it's obvious Taka came after.
Wait.
So,
Wait, give me, how do I speed things up? Concentrated space key. Speed up. Fast forward argument, control. That's what that is.
I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was
Killed with while Taka's death.
See? Obvious Taka came.
Let's go.
So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed. Taka came last.
What makes you say
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Did I just lose? I was that's the only truth bullet I have, I think. Failed. Oh my fucking god. Oh my, yeah, okay. No. Yes.
I refuse to give up yet.
Thank you. So let me go through all of that again. Here we go.
So, regarding, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the number.
It's true that Hifumi was while Taka's death.
There's only 2 things to shoot with.
So it's obvious.
Select truth bullet, mouse wheel. I only have the one. I can't switch.
Regarding Taka, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in.
No, can't do it.
Shoot. So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
No.
It's true that Hifumi while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came. So, I wonder.
I'm gonna try one more time.
We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
No, it's not right. Am I an idiot? Like, the spotless hammer is what I want to use. But I can't change my truth bullets. And I don't know if it's...
So, regarding Taka's death,
I don't know if it's because my mouse is busted or not.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say
Because of the numbering of the Justice.
It's true that Hifumi while Taka's death.
See? So it's
All right.
obvious Taka.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So,
I wonder if he died before Hifumi.
Or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in.
Taka came next.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death
Okay,
came from
I
a swing
held
of
that?
Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
All right, the numbering.
Regarding, I wonder if he died.
Or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were.
The numbering. Did that work? Oh, okay. I think the game is bugged though. I can't scroll between truth bullets, and I should be able to.
There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
True.
If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
Thank you.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
Yes.
Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. There's something that relates to what time he must have died. His watch, his broken watch. Hangman's Gambit. Oh god. Wristwatch. Yeah, wrist. We need a W. Watch. W-A. T-C. H. Easy. Easy peasy.
Now I understand.
Now I get it. Completed.
I got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Hey you! How long are you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air, blah blah.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning. Which happened.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
I didn't!
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Yeah. Came down the stairs, Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office, yeah. We literally have seen this flashback like 3 times.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office.
So we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
It's a bit convoluted, but...
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi.
Which means maybe the person who
Since all of us were there together,
killed Hifumi has somebody
clearly
working with
none
them,
of
even
us
though they don't
could
get
have killed him.
freed.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together. While
Maybe you and
everyone
Hina have been
else was
working
in the
together this
equipment
whole
room,
time.
Correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing. Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
I mean, it's true.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out.
Yeah.
I didn't do either of them anyway. In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand,
Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared. So
Kyoko?
they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
Yeah, where
For
were
now,
you?
We can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true.
He was alive!
We searched
He walked!
everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? Yeah.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and
he
Hina took
was
their
not
to
dead.
carry that much weight from the first.
Oh man, yeah. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
He wasn't dead. Oh man! Wow, Kyoko, you're blowing my mind, girl. Wow. Oh geez, it's if only I had thought of that before, and all the other classmates were not as dumb as bricks. Like this is the ultimate school, right? Like, how is everybody in this fucking school so fucking stupid? Yeah, even especially my character.
The dead body moved on its own?
No, not another ghost.
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
Wow.
Was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body.
He wasn't dead,
He was
you
dead.
idiots.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive, is it really possible? Yeah, because he was the murderer. You guys even check for a pulse? Broken wristwatch.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
No,
And you know
but
that
you're...
how?
Because you killed him and you
Surely
desperately
heard
want
the
people to
body
think...
discovery announcement, along with the rest of us.
We found the bodies at the same
Hifumi's
time.
dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Incorrect. We found them at the same
Are
time.
we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once. But Hifumi and Taka's body were discovered at almost exactly the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Yes.
It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know
You're
that
desperate.
shortly you heard the body discovered Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Okay. Sorry.
Are you saying that
'Cause I
when we
can't
first
switch between
found
truth
Hifumi
bullets.
in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead. And you know that shortly you heard the body discovered Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Okay. Let's try this.
saying that when we first, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Nope. Yeah.
Are you saying that when we first found, there's a chance he was actually
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that shortly you heard the body of Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement. Are we real?
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Alright. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to change truth bullets here, and that's actually kind of infuriating for me, because I'm not sure.
There's a chance he was actually still alive.
No,
It is impossible Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body of Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Dead body had been found.
Is it really real? Maybe the announcement was intended to
Someone else's
someone
discovery?
else's discovery.
So we use that to contradict somebody else's statement, maybe. I can't.
Are you saying that when we first found it, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No.
Because we're gonna contradict hers. Because I'm starting to think she's involved in Hifumi's death.
The body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
There we go.
No, it's wrong.
Figured it out.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was.
I had made this guess when it happened.
After we
That it was
discovered his body.
we found the bodies at the same time and one of them wasn't dead.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body.
Because when we found Hifumi actually dead, we got another announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. Huh? He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement
When we
again.
found Hifumi actually dead, we got the announcement.
If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The second body discovery announcement was the first time it was played when we found each body in the nurse's office equipment room. The second time was when the bodies were rediscovered just after Hifumi came back to life when Toko was found unconscious. So it was when both bodies were rediscovered.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Ding dong, ding dong. Yep.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's
His glasses.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
Hey-oh, good
Worst
one.
logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take
His
another look at
glasses.
the events surrounding the
Oh,
discovery.
Lord, I know.
Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. Yeah. Here we go. Hifumi's glasses. Okay.
So here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office.
Correct.
And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
Okay.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned,
Apparently that doesn't count.
shoot.
Keep going.
Well, here's one. The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw it was in.
But when you compare his body other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
His glasses. Objection.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood.
Correct.
But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
The evidence I found in the trash can in the nurse's office was the rag. Where is it? There we go.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Ugly Princess, I think.
You think? You seem to know that pretty dang well, girl.
I highly doubt anyone
girl,
like Hifumi
don't even
would have
start.
brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying...
What I'm saying is, the blood...
Even if that is true, it does not...
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
Yep.
Then, if he was just pretending
He
to-
killed Taka. Good lord, people, you're not that stupid. I believe in
With
you.
all that blood. Was it paint?
No, the blood bags.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for a
Yes.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's corpse was Hifumi.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office,
That also explains how the door to...
The door was locked.
Yeah, because he went inside and locked himself in.
Disappeared. Yasumi and Sakura.
Headed for the
but when we got
repository,
there-
the door's
the
locked.
repository door, which means...
Sorry if I'm
when
speeding through
Hina
some of
and
this, but it's just like they're
Sakura got to
repeating the same things
repository,
over and over and over and over and
someone
over
was
again.
already in-
and it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case.
He was one of the assailants.
He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest... You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto?
Taka's
The item-
lifeless body. What did he take off of his body? The crumpled piece of paper. The note Hifumi had, right?
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes.
His pants.
His pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note said.
Found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room around 6 a.m. That's when he
That's
killed
the note I was
Taka.
telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro, and that person could only have been... I got it!
Taka.
That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
And Genocide Jank is seriously scary, but still, I can't let her get it to me. Broken wristwatch, Hifumi's glasses, glasses cleaning cloth. Got it. Now can I rotate? Now I can.
Right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But
Alright.
remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter!
It does matter because of the broken wristwatch.
No, it has nothing to do with TikTok!
Boom.
No, he's wrong.
He died at 6.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place.
Written on the note.
I think that should be plenty.
This
to
note
show
is
the-
definitely meant for Taka.
Well,
When you put it like that.
further objections?
Then someone used that note to trick her. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster.
Yeah, it was Hifumi, you
Tell the
idiot.
people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi
He's removing the evidence. He didn't expect to die.
Down his pants, no less!
Most likely. Hifumi's...
Yeah.
Here's your proof.
Proof that Hifumi stole the note off of Taka. The ripped piece of paper.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup.
They're the same piece of
They're
paper.
the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Hifumi.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from its death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap.
Yep.
Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa, yeah. After seeing all this, he was behind the whole thing. In fact,
He's not still alive.
Still alive.
He's dead now.
Sorry, no.
He's very dead.
When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead.
We got the
Second
announcement.
Body
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did
I'm
is the
thinking it's
mastermind.
Celeste. Could be,
Killer.
Kina, though.
He was killed in the repository.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
What are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
It was a hammer. It was clean.
Because, I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still... So if Hifumi was... The culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
It was clean.
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments.
Yeah.
But if the hammers were already laying around.
So the question is, how could the cult? Personally, I thought
You're all
the
that- not
hammer
that
was
stupid.
used to attack Celeste. Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of...
Yes, a hammer.
Then, what was
The weapon that was actually killed Hifumi, the whole picture. Somehow I have to find the truth. I have the truth! Oh, I have the truth! I have a feeling Celeste did it. I have a feeling it was Celeste. Spotless hammer. Okay, let's go.
what was used to kill Hifumi?
Not the spotless hammer? Alright, I guess it's not the spotless hammer.
What was used
To kill, was it just maybe just as
well, there's one thing we have to figure out. How
What?
is the culprit able to move around so freely?
The weapon was in the room that they
How
killed
did
him with.
nobody witness them carrying it?
I'm gonna leave that and see what
Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Okay, that's not it.
what was used? Was it just maybe just as
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5. Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice...
Honestly, the spotless justice hammer could have hit all 3 of them and worked, in my opinion.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers.
Big ones and
Big
small ones.
Small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
That's a bit of a jump, but I guess.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository where he...
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi
So
was working with.
Hifumi was working with somebody.
And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry
Yeah, I don't
out
think he was
murder.
working with anybody.
So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but... What? What? Except for what? Spotless hammer. Alright, we might have to just
Based on the rules
listen.
that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that 2 people work together on this.
It's not impossible.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one, only the one who actually cares, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that 2 people.
That is how the...
But that only really applies if there's one. In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
So he's maybe fired 2 murders at impossible?
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried, assuming the rule holds true.
I guess that contradicts impossible? That's really weird. Oh, if they both murder somebody.
Since there were 2 murders, it's at least
I wonder.
plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the
But
idea
each
of
person-
an accomplice isn't really worth
Them
considering.
pairing up to kill 2 different people so they both graduate.
Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of... There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to
Celeste.
you.
I still think it's Celeste.
If there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
Hina, Celeste,
I think
maybe?
that's what the true killer told Hifumi.
Or, yeah.
They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the
Celeste.
first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because a single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along.
That's why I think it's Celeste, a girl, and for Hifumi.
Then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristics this time. Kyoko must have noticed the fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
True Killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all of that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Yep. Fucking-lest.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind
It's you,
of
girl.
job.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him,
Makes it a good choice.
that I would go within 10 feet of that shit brain fat, lazy, worthless goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is it that only Hifumi and Celeste have in common? The screaming, the paper hidden in Hifumi's pants, encountering the suspicious individual.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it?
Could be that it was Taka in the suit, and they just had already killed him at that point.
The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and
They set up a
Hifumi.
camera, maybe.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Oh, fuck you.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
No
After
shit.
taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs. Yep, distraction, more or less.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so we headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Yeah.
It was to get us to divide into 2 groups. So
Yep.
that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Split into 2 groups. I'll lead the hunting party. Very well. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, if Celeste
I pretty
and
much
Hifumi
fucking
were
nailed
working
this
together,
thing
all
right
those
away.
chance
I
events
must admit.
suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor. Everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
Certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I mean, that's kind of a stretch.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Sorry, Hina.
Hina,
I was suspicious of you for a
were
while.
with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. What you said they must be? We're all gonna die here. We're going to die just like those guys did.
I remember her saying that too.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the 4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense, but what is he alluding to? I don't know why that song. All right.
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
It was the those guys thing.
Shoot.
You shouldn't have known.
All I said was, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die.
Let's see what else there's.
And that's all it takes to finish this. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Let me take a look at Monokuma File 3 real quick. Fumi and Monokuma, the cause of death for each is a blow to the head. It is the thought they were both killed in a similar weapon.
They must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. Just like those ants that is.
And that's all it takes.
What was so strange about Celeste's
Comment?
All I said they must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around. They must be positive. We are all going to die here. We are going to die.
Just like...
Boom.
No, that's wrong. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys.
I don't know why it's so strange is what I needed, but...
When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall, so there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used...
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer.
Alright, so my timer theory's out the window.
In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away.
But the blueprints, you could have made your own.
If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the...
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations? Well, if it wasn't a picture of a suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only other possibility is Hifumi and the suspect are dancing, Hifumi and the suspect have been drinking, Hifumi's dragging the suspect away.
I got it!
Yep.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then
Neither do
shut
I.
your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Alright, Celeste. I think she proved there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away, but is that really possible? Alright. Girl, bring it on. What do we got? Robo Justice costume, Yoshihiro's message, Robo Justice blueprints.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
The costume?
And the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
Well, the costume, he can't bend over, right? So he's gonna be standing up.
Then you just draped me. You tried to make me look...
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could step...
Boom.
No, that's wrong.
Too easy
No.
for me, easy, BB.
Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally bend suit and yeah. Again, repeating the things that we already know, but hey, it works.
Right. They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Oh, Jesus.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot.
Ooh!
Checkmate!
Celeste?
Monokuma's enjoying it a lot.
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Who was it? Who attacked you? Yeah, but wasn't he not dead? But he wasn't dead at that point.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hakakure!
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro. But are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How
Sure.
did he refer to each of us?
He said for serious slide, he gave everyone's nicknames. He said people's last names. I think he said people's last names?
I got it! That's right, our last names. He called us all by our last names.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said
I mean,
his last name.
that's a really
Hakakure.
fucking weird jump or a way to determine if he's like trying to give a hint or something. I'm just saying.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now
Don't
isn't
talk.
that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I?
Is that your last name?
What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
She could just lie.
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
So I still won't give up. So then I have to do something to make her accept it. I mean, why would she accept it? All right, e-handbook, spotless hammer, Yasuhiro's message. What does my e-handbook say? Well, can we just look at her e-handbook for her name?
He
Right.
wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what you...
real how many times?
Tell you.
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
We'll see
How long
about
do you
that.
plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending, and since you have no way to contradict me,
Just look at your handbook, girl.
It's wrong.
It's not hard. You're all really dumb.
That's it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
Flashback time, my favorite. Handbooks. Yeah.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's, I mean, invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Okay.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again.
Beginning and shed some light on all your
and shed
crimes,
light,
girl.
and that'll bring everything to an end.
We do the little comic book thing. It's been a while. It's been a while. Okay. The fuck? All right, I have 20 minutes to figure this all out. So that's supposed to be Celeste. I don't know what that's supposed to be. We got to go backwards like a manga. Boom. Oh wait, there's more. Let's go this way. So they met up in his room, I guess? I don't understand what this whole backpack thing is for. Chips, Yasuhiro. I guess it would go there, actually. And then, what would happen next? I don't understand these backpack. Like, this is the worst part of the game for me. Like, what's in the backpack? They stuff them in there, but then they do something before they freak out. The chips? Is it the chips? The chips are there. Put that there. Stuff him in. I think the camera goes here. He blood bagged himself. He moved everything. Hang on. What is this? This ball. Okay, that goes there, I'm pretty sure. He's swirling the blood everywhere. I guess that would go there. Justice Hammer 4. Because that's when it would have not been broken yet. I don't know where Yasuhiro goes. I feel like I'm taking a lot of guesses here. I really don't know where the potato chips go either, though. Maybe they don't all get used? I can't remember. I don't know what this is, that bowling ball.
Here's exactly what happened.
Let's see.
Before anything,
I guess I got it right.
Killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
Okay, we got that right.
Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Nope. So that's wrong. That's got to go there. Where's the 1 a.m. thing? That's going to go there. I don't know what goes here, though. It's got to be one of the Justice Hammers, so...
The killer is you!
Alright, let's try again. No, that's still wrong. Good lord. 1 a.m. I feel like I'm in the right track, but...
Here's exactly what happened.
Okay. I was in the right area.
First, they convinced someone to meet them.
1 in the morning.
That someone they met with was Hiro.
Got it.
The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out.
Still wrong. Alright, well, there goes my health, so we're gonna have to do that again. God damn it. Yep.
I refuse to give up yet.
Well, thank goodness. Does it just put me back where I do I have to lay out everything all over again? Alright, here we go. Okay. You. Then 1 a.m. Then him. That's not him. Yeah, him. Then we don't know what goes there. Not the hammer. I don't understand what this ball is. I guess the chips, maybe? Then Act 3. Yeah, I don't know what goes here, man. Guess he goes there. He smacks him on the ground. Or Justice Hammer 4. And then camera. Not yet. So Celeste has the camera. Oh god, no. Or it could go like there. I was thinking that goes there. That goes there. And then the other hammer, that clean one, goes there. Well, what could go here? This is watch. I just don't know what. This doesn't make sense to me. I guess there? No, this is the picture. All right, let's try this and see where I'm at. So we can skip that. Yep. Okay. Okay, TikTok.
First,
the pictures just aren't detailed enough. That's the issue.
that's some. They drugged him.
Okay, picture.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo Justice was attacking it, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved it, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally,
they moved into the murder
6
phase of their
a.m.,
plan.
They called Taka to the... And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder.
Okay, I got that right.
The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2.
Injured Fumi. I just want to see if this next thing's
These two
right.
incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect we...
Nope, I knew that was gonna be wrong. What goes there? What goes here? I guess Justice Hammer 2, maybe?
The killer is you! So,
Okay, I guess that's right, because that was there. The nurse's office.
while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered.
Okay, that's wrong. I just thought that was like, hey, the blood got spattered on a picture from him flinging it around so damn much. So my guess then is... because that was Hammer 2, so I guess Hammer 3.
Here's exactly what happened. He took a...
Yep, there it is.
He let out a scream to draw us back. And when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching, so when we heard the body
Assumed it was for
discovery
Hifumi.
we left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, and once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
There we
Their
go.
plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Celeste. Sorry, girl. Oh, we have to merge? Sorry, girl.
Celeste. Sorry, you lose.
I lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I Celestia Ludenberg.
That's not your last name.
Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
She loses her accent when she gets mad and this.
Eiko?
So, you finally...
Master liar.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Accent gone and everything. Goodbye, girl. Hey, got an A? No. AC, A, B, A, C. I'll take it. I got an A. Thanks, man. I've got more. I gotta go spend those medals,
Okay,
though.
Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
Wow.
Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Oh,
What's it
Celeste.
gonna be? What's
I'm
it
not even
gonna
remotely
be?
surprised, unfortunately. Like, that she ended up being a bad guy at some point in this game. She was immediately, like, evil from day one. You're just like, oh, she is gonna cause problems. The Monokuma vote. Oh, we get to watch her grisly death. Yay. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The blackened this time, the true killer who devised this whole stinking scheme was... Celestia Ludenberg! Or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro!
Honestly,
I lost. Well, that sucks. Guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Fumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Fumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her speciality, lying. My speciality? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So
Then
then,
did you use, you know. I knew you figured it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the only thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What? What are you talking about?
just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words,
And you're the one who stole it.
indeed.
That's right.
I
And you used it
see.
to drag Kafumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I had paid Kafumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it.
So then.
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the pictures as soon as I'd shown it to Ufumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him! But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
As
Please
for
forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
He did?
As for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
what?
And he took pictures. He said if I didn't do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice. That's really dark. That's a crime, an absolute crime. I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but I never imagined he would go for that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
most
Wait, please.
unfortunate.
If you go now, you will be playing right into his hands. Taka's
Actually,
planning to use her to escape. And he made you his target.
What?
Escape, you don't mean... Taka's going to try to kill you.
indeed.
And all so he can keep her to himself. That bastard. Bastard! Bastard!
Unforgivable.
Bastard!
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not! How could I? She...
I swear.
I have to save her!
actually,
Then, would you like to join me? It just so happens I've come up with a plan. I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it's my own fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it?
Let's
And in that
see.
regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed even my expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
Well, when you're explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with
That's
this?
simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead when someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that. Well, of course, that wasn't all there was to it. As I explained to Hifumi, that the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi made it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end,
So you planned to kill him all along. But of course. There would have been no point in my plan if one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the
How
heck?
can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
don't be mean.
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about
No,
that.
he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then then what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life began here, my only thought has been escape. But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch.
Obviously that was a lie. Yeah.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here. I wanted to
little
get
bitch.
out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why, huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly,
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
as for
And it was
me,
all for that dream. And what was this dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. Castle? And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers slash bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is
unfortunately
nothing to
my
be
dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it.
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you
That's all there is to me.
understand?
That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying, and plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people, I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. That's why you're not scared.
Yes.
That's right,
indeed.
I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But, you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it
I think I would
wonderful?
like to come back as Marie Antoinette. You just get executed again. Celeste smiled, then, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile, that's what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You all done? Okay, let's get rolling! The black and disturbed of the peace and must pay the price!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Here we go.
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
That's where alter ego is.
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then,
She put herself into the computer.
take care, everyone.
She must have.
Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Her peace with it is the creepy part. How okay she is, or at least pretending it is. Here we go! Here we go. Oh, she gets a castle, but she gets burned at the stake, it looks like. With an audience of Monokumas, of course. The burning of the Versailles Witch. Yep, she's gonna get burned alive. That's unfortunate. There's really no gambling or ultimate gambling there. Don't understand the name of the punishment. I mean, I understand the punishment because the idea of her vampire life and all that witch stuff, but why is it called the ultimate gambling punishment? Whoa. Is she gonna get, like, crushed by the truck? Yep. I shouldn't even have to... Well, that's actually merciful, if you ask me. I'd rather get hit by a truck than burn alive. Instantaneous versus suffocation and pain. Well, at least there's an air of comedy there. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young! You need to place more value on your lives!
What are you gonna
Jeez!
do?
And here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste?
Hey,
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? Ooh, shit. What? Ooh. Oh man, oh jeez. Oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's time to get out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. You get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
see ya.
See ya! Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although, it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko. Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. Wrong voice. Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm gonna go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just gonna draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
well then.
Then it's up to you now.
Yo,
I'm gonna do the dining hall thing, okay? Huh? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
So then...
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw... Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? My, what's out there? Running around. It's safe, thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. So now we can finally officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but... Can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do while you're on your own here at the school?
You...
Is that why you want him to come here with me?
However...
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. That just makes even me more worried.
What?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that...
Indeed.
It's only natural that they think I'm Mastermind Spy, right? And you too? No! I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then,
That's fine.
fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see... Ooh, shit. What I heard from Kyoko then was... Well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believed her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action. Okay, what the hell's about to happen?
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back, she said it was away in the back of the boys' storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? Well, we'll find out next time thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will be back with some more Danganronpa soon. I just got a lot of series bouncing right now, all of which are like 30-hour episodes to do, and I knew this was going to take a couple hours. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Sorry about the wait. Bye-bye.